Conformity. What are you doing to conform to the path taken by your peers? So what are you doing? Are you conforming to society? Are you conforming to the lifestyle of society that is set forth? These are some good questions, and the closer you are to your heart space that you can answer these to yourself, the more results you're going to see, and you're going to find that so much more will come for you when you do get into alignment, so to speak, with what you're doing. So, do you conform because it's a habit? That's a question for you. Do you conform because you have a habit to do this? Is the habit that was ingrained in you since childhood, is that going to be the set platform for you? So we're talking conformity today because this is one area where, of course, it is a huge part of mindset, which is my passion to teach because it is so important. And so do you conform because you have a habit to do what your peers are doing, what society is doing? Are you conforming because that's what everyone around you is doing? So when you are conforming because everyone around you is doing this exact same thing, or they're making this happen, you follow the rules, you follow the path, you follow the traits of society, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how most of society is performing. That's how most of society is ran. And 95% of all people, 95% of all people will conform to society, to the area they live in, to the dynamics that they're surrounded by. So knowing that 95% of people are all following each other, what does that tell you about what you're doing? This is all about you and what you're doing in your lifestyle that is producing or achieving the lifestyle and the goals that you're desiring most. And like I said, conformity is a huge part of mindset because it is actually a habit. When you get right down to it, when you're conforming to something, you're conforming to a system, you're conforming to a way of life, you're conforming to, for example, this is an example, this may or may not fall into play for you, but it will fall into play for someone else out there. So if you have the habit, or maybe it's just a conditioning to conform, is get up every morning, go to work, bring home the paycheck, the whole routine, that is part of conforming. That is 95% of the population. They conform. So when you're looking at what your lifestyle is and what you're doing, are you conforming for society? Or are you following the 5% of us who are creating our own path? 5% of us people are creating our own path. We make a choice, we make a decision, and we set a goal, and we make that goal come to fruition. Simple and plain as that. It is just crazy. So the 5% of people, they have a stride. And when the deal falls through, or when the course doesn't make the money, or it bombs, what do the 5% do? We dust ourselves off, we stand up, and you know what? We move forward. We say, okay, on to the next. Always on to the next. Because for every action, there is an equal reaction. So if you fail at something, or like I said, if the deal falls through, or maybe let's go down to the 5% here, or the 95%, excuse me. Let's go do a demo for the 95%. If, for example, maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, you didn't get that job, you didn't get that promotion, you didn't get to move up the ladder. What do? The 95% of people will say, oh, well, wasn't for me. Maybe well, even though you wanted it really bad, come on, you know you did. And they say, well, you know what? So-and-so was better for the job. They got the job. When you know in your heart you wanted that job and you would do fantastic at that job, you were ready for that promotion. So the 95% will just fall over and say, okay, whatever, hey, I got this job. At least I'm bringing home a paycheck, supporting the family, taking care of life. So, but the 5%, if they don't get the sale, if the deal falls through, like for me, if one of my courses bombs and I didn't make any sales on it, or maybe I just made one sale or something, even if I had a course out there and I didn't make any sales, am I going to roll over and say, that's it, I give up, I'm done? No, that's not in my DNA. That's not in my mentality. That is not me. I do not conform that way. So 5% of us will stand up and say, you know what, that didn't work. So what? I'm not done. Because you only get the money when you're successful. Success has to come first. You have to have success before the money will come. And this is where the 95% of people are falling short, because they don't really know this and they don't know how important this is when you have success, when you feel success and you see success. And what is that success? If you have to wait for success for the money to come, what is your success? Well, I found out a long time ago that whenever I build a course, whenever I build a training for people, whenever I give value to the marketplace, whenever I can do a live training, or I can do a live mastermind, a virtual mastermind, which that's one way of doing a mastermind. You do it virtually, where you can get more people that can't afford to travel, or they don't have the $10,000 to spend to go to a resort or whatever. But you can do a virtual mastermind and you give value, and that is success. So the more success you have, the more the money will come. So that is the easiest way I can think of to explain that, is you have to, and this is the law. This is a universal law of success. This is not something I made up. This is not something anybody concocted. This is a universal law for success. Success has to come first, and then the money will come. But you have to be successful first. So if you're out there and you're part of the 95% and you want to go in to be the 5%, sure, there's no way possible that can't happen, because it can. You can do that. You can evolve. Quit conforming to society. Quit conforming to the, what's the best word or best phrase for that? Let me think. This is where I wish I had my BA here, the personal assistant, to help me out, give me some brain ideas. The best way to do that is to start building your success, and then the money's going to come. So if you have a home business and you're doing that and you're starting, but you're not seeing the money roll in as fast as you want it to, so are you using the systems and strategies that us, the 5%, are putting out here? Are you using those? And are you using them all the time? Are you using the tricks, the tips, the strategies that we put out? A lot of us are out there doing this, and we converse amongst each other and see, what value we're offering to the marketplace, and what, people are accepting and what they're not accepting. And we're looking to see who is going to jump up and plow forward, is what it is. So I'm curious to see who is going to plow forward with the systems and strategies that I'm offering you. So I am curious, because I would love to see you get in the 5%. I would love to see you start to get out of conformity and start your own path. And again, success comes first. And keep in mind, every action has an equal reaction. So if you're thinking and feeling and acting upon failure, upon I can't do that, or I'm not doing that, I'm not good enough, there's no way I'm going to make that happen, then what's going to happen is you're going to get a reaction to that. So I encourage you, and I'm not going to tell you you have to do this, I encourage you to every day step out of the box, step out of your comfort zone, step out of I'm not good enough, step out of all of that and say, I can do this. I am the best me I can be. I am successful. I am taking the systems and I'm running with it and I'm making it happen. I am learning what I need to learn to be successful. I am growing myself and my business to be successful. Try doing that and do it every day. I mean, don't stop. I'm not going to tell you to do this for 21 days or 60 days. This is a life-changing thing. This is for life. And this is stuff that I do every single day throughout my day. Even looking in the mirror, if you look in your own eyes and you see how great you are, and maybe you have a wrinkle or a line or something that's not flattering to you, it doesn't matter. Look deep in your eyes and say, you know what? I am success. I am prosperous. And emphasize, I am. And do this. And do it for your life. Change your lifestyle. This is a mindset, guys. And conformity is a mindset. This is a mindset you do not want unless you want to stay in the 95%. And that's perfectly fine. I have very good friends in the 95% of society. I have very good friends that don't make over $30,000 a year and they're happy, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with how much money you make. The question is, how much money do you want to make? That's the question. It doesn't matter as long as you're happy and you're doing what you want to do. But keep in mind that success comes first and then comes the money. And every action, there's an equal reaction. So keep those two things in mind as you're creating your lifestyle and you're creating what you want to build. Get the tools you need, get the systems, get the strategies, learn. Attend live meetings, attend live presentations. Listen to people who are already doing this and we can help you, okay? Okay. Take this information that I gave you here this morning and run with it. Take it to your level and be the success you're meant to be. Doesn't matter how much money you make, whether it's $30,000 a year or it's $1 million a year. It doesn't matter as long as you're happy with where you are. That's all that matters. Okay, please like and subscribe to this channel because here on YouTube we want to keep growing and we want to keep it going forward. So definitely do that. And also, guys, please share this video with anyone you know out there who can use a little hands up and help as many people as you can. Okay, there is a training here and it's going to be down here at the bottom in the bottom part here on YouTube. And on another platform, I believe it'll be at the top on that side, I think. So definitely use this training. It is a business builder. And you know what? Get on my newsletter, okay? Chat with you later. And you know what, guys? You are a rock star.